Hello, all my awesome model car building buddies. This is Model Cars with Glenn. And my dogs are still awake, so they're probably going to be telling you I'm Glenn too. All right, first things first, I have a shop card shout out. Shop card shout out! All right, this is Doug Hensley's Hobbies. I like this card, man. It's cool. 58, 9, or 6 Corvette there. And there's his address and his Gmail and his name, Hensley. And some kind words on the back, which I didn't do on my cards. Makes me feel really bad that I didn't do that on my cards. But you guys know I love you. You know I do, dadgummit. All right, this is his card. He's got an excellent channel, and man, does he build some cool models. If you ain't been over there, and I know most of you have, but there's still a few of you that hasn't been over there to sub him and check him out and like him and all that good stuff, do it. You know you don't. You know you want to. Also, he sent me this awesome card. It's kind of like a card. Tell me that's not a 69 Super B. And how in the world did he know that 69 Super B is my favorite car of all time? Let me show you. Yep, 69 Super B. Of course, you know, I got her all jacked up. I used to have this car, the real car. It didn't have big slicks on it, but it did have Mickey Thompson N50 15s that were so wide you had to get down on your belly and crawl down inside of the rims to put air in the tire. I ain't kidding. I had it jacked up in the front a little bit. I had a 383 Magnum with a 4-speed that would just almost pull the front wheels off the ground. Didn't have a blower on it, but I really wanted one on it. Anyway, this is my 69 Super B. And he knew I loved that car, so he put that on his card there just to please me. Now, I just want to throw this out there. There, that's better. I feel better about that. All righty. Let me get these out of the way. And I'll show you. Look, come on out of the way, whirly jigger. This is my brother's painting. That's cool, man. That's another planet for sure. You won't find that nowhere on Earth. Unless you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. I like these planets up in the sky. Especially this guy here. And then, wait a minute, let me turn the flashlight on. Where'd it go? Hiding. There it is. Oh, yeah. Looks way cool with the flashlight on it. How about that? That's a nice picture. Okay. Next. I've been working on... I told you you'd see this bad thing up. Excuse me, still drinking root beer. I told you you'd see this bad boy up on wheels. Sorta. I ain't got the U-bolts on the front axle yet. And I ain't got the rear end on it at all. It's just sitting on top of them tires. But I wanted to show something cool. There's a process I had to go through. I have these tires. You know which ones these are. These are big old wide slicks. And I had these on it. Let me just knock this out of the way for now. Nope. Doesn't work. Too wide. Makes it look weird, like a cartoon. Next. Let me see. Got these. These are those big old drag slicks I got on a lot of my cars. Tried them on it. Nope. Too tall. Don't work. Cartoon again. Set that off to the side. Then I tried these. These are the old pie crust drag slicks. Everybody likes those. But too narrow. Too old-timey. I ain't that old-timey. So, where'd they go? Okay, so these are the ones out of, guess what? 41 Willys Gasser, of course. I mean, I have bought so many of those guys. I love that kit. That is the best kit. Got the best wheels, motor, chassis, suspensions, interior parts, seats, everything. If you got to get those when you can get them, because they're just chock full of spare parts. All right, next. I done a little bit of work on this, and by a little bit of work, I mean very little. I filled this crack at the front And at the back was super glue just a little while ago, and it's got to dry overnight, and I can sand it out. Maybe have to do it one more time. That's a lark. Lark. Throw it down on the table, maybe break it, flip it around a little bit. Okay. But that poor little boat tail never gets no love or attention. Wrong. Boat tail. How about that? Is that looking cool or what, man? That is so cool. I got the chassis out from under. I think it's a 36 Chrysler. It was that gangster car. That's where the chassis came from. The rear suspension, the rear axle come out of a 29 Ford Woody, and the rear springs come out of the parts box. But I think they're left over from a 57 Ford Gasser. But what went into my parts box. Wheels come out of that 29 Woody too, as did the radiator and the front axle. How about that though? Is that going to be cool or what? There's a million things due to it. I got a big old straight six old-timey motor to go on it that has dual carbs on it, which is cool. And I got to put a little roll under the body there, and then mount a tire on the side because the mechanic rode with on these. There wasn't no pit. The pit was sitting next to you. He got his butt out, changed tire, put oil in it. Plus, it was his job to keep this little pump on the side pumped up so gas would get to the carburetor to keep it running. If he fell asleep, you'd run out of gas. But I don't see how he could in a race like that. I love this. This thing is going to be so cool. You watch. It will. Even if you don't like this type of old-timey racer, you're going to love this, man. Probably be yellow, my guess, or silver. I'm thinking a nice gunmetal gray or a medium dark silver would look good with some numbers on the door or back here on the boat tail part. Anyway, that's Mr. Boat Tail. I hate to put him away, man. He's looking good right there. I got an old-timey movie that I've watched a few times. Got something that looks like this in it. What I'm going by. Okay. Next, I'm going to show you one of... This probably be a short video because I ain't got that much to do on it. This is an older build. It's one of my rail jobs. Missing some parts. You see it's missing this little link bar up there, and the tie rod is missing. I don't know what happened to it. It was there when I put it in the cabinet, and then it magically disappeared. I'm going to set the camera up a little higher. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. It's a 23 T-bucket body. I made this filler piece for the top here, and I cut the bed down and put on there. Got the chute. I even drilled the hole in it for the shroud lines. I don't know if I actually put them on it. The parachute lines, I don't know if I actually put them on it and they come loose. I don't know what happened to them. But they're not there now. And this is a little pull handle so you can pull the chute. Don't pull it. I don't want it to come out and have to put it back in because there's no lines. It just float off. Anyway, there's the motor. This is some of my old blurry. There it is. How about those lines, man? Those lines look good. That's the same thing I showed you before where I drilled out the plastic and put wire through it and made the little nuts. The fuel lines, as near as I can remember, you know when you buy a pair of shoes and they're hooked together with this black stretchy string? That's what that is. Pretty sure. Got them going. Look at that, man. That's a cool little coupler right there. And then it's got the shut-off valve there with supposed to be a line running back, and you could pull the thing and it shuts off the gas and it pulls it out one side and puts it back in the tank instead of sending it up to the motor. Let me turn it around and get it up here and get it focused in. Yeah, that's some good looking lines right there. I did good on that. I'm going to pat myself on the back. Probably hurt my arm. But then it goes up to the little Y block and then into the 2 injectors. Good job. Good job. I didn't put no throttle linkage on it because I'm old and I didn't want to. So there you go. And the distributor, if I can get it up close enough where you can see. Come on, focus in, you stupid thing. The wires are glued between the posts, okay? And then I drop a super glue on top to kind of blur it out a little bit, and then I painted it so you can't really tell what's going on, but it kind of looks like spark plug wires coming out of a distributor. Like I said, sometimes I'm lazy and I take the shortcut. Well, anyway, got the steering wheel in it, got the faded chrome on the front. Got to have that faded chrome, I guess. And on the moon tank. Motor's holding up well. No, the valve covers and little oil breathers there. Anyway, neat paint job though, eh? That's my little rail. Competition buggy or whatever you want to call it. That's what I'll call it. Okay. Now this one is one that you would drive to the strip from home on gas and then take the mufflers off of it. Maybe even take the headlights off if you're feeling ambitious and drive it at the drag strip and have a big old time all day and then put the stuff back on it and go home. See, it's got tail lights. Cool little stripe job on the bed cover there. Let me see if there's anything inside to look at. A little bit. Got seats, a shifter, steering wheel. I'm telling you, you got to have a steering wheel in a drag racer. It's part of the NHRA rules. Try to get by them without it. With just like a pair of vice grips clamped onto the end of the steering thing. Nope, they won't let you do that. Oh, I got the checkerboard grill too. You got to have a checkerboard grill in an old hot rod like this. The front suspension come off of a Polar Lights funny car. Because I call this one like a praying mantis or maybe grasshopper or something because the front end is sticking out there up high. Fun. Let me see. You ready? Nope, no drive shaft. That's the Polar Lights funny car rear end. The whole thing, brakes and every axle and everything. I didn't use the drive shaft because it's too short. You know, funny car drive shafts are like that long. There it is. There it is. Oh, it's the Lindbergh kit, darn it. That's what I forgot to say. It's one you build like this or with a flatbed with the stake sides or put a little wrecker boom in the back. That's what this is made out of. Okay, one more quick one. Because I'm already getting up on time. I promised you a short video, but I lied to you. This is a little tabletop tee, kind of a rat racer, and it goes to the track on a trailer because you can't drive it on the street. And race it all day and have a big old time and then go home and try to tell your wife you was at the choir meeting all day. Drag racer. Let me see. Is there anything inside to look? Oh, yeah. Got stuff inside. Got decals in there on the door panels. Got a firebox. Got all the pedals. The NHRA qualified steering wheel so I could race. Shifter's got a linkage that runs up to the transmission there. That's cool. Lots of fly poop. You got to have fly poop on all your models, I guess. At least that's the contingency around here. Anyway, this is this guy. I love this guy with his headers sticking up like that. Running down the drag strip with him blasting out. Smoke coming in, getting your eyes all teared up. But you got goggles, so you don't worry about it. I call him the Gremlin because he probably has a lot of little quirks about him. Sit down in the back, up in the front, transfer the weight. He's a cool little car, man. Got the 6 carbs. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave him there floating out in space. Let me see if I can get him floating out in space. Yeah. Oh, there's his buddies, too. I'm going to put them up there. All right. Here we go. Give me a like, a subscription, a comment, and all that good stuff, because you know I love you, and you know I want you to do all that stuff. And I am, with my cars, out of here.